Good morning, guys. Good evening from where you are. Welcome to today's vlog. My name is Michael, and I'm a bit late. I'm hurrying up towards the home of the client, so as we can progress with the transformation of the chairs. The transformation is faring on very well. Yesterday I wanted to capture that on video, but I was unable due to unavoidable circumstances. So I'm hurrying up so as to go there. The fabric was already been stitched, so today it's ready for fitting. That wooden chair today is I'll be fitting it with sponges and also the fabric. So today is when the real transformation is starting to take shape. So make sure you watch the video to the end so that you can see how those rugged wooden chairs have been transformed to modern chairs which are luxurious and enjoyable to look at or to sit on. So stay tuned. Yeah, I'm in a hurry, that's why I'm a little bit late, but I have the whole day. I have the whole day. I'll work till late in the evening, so as to see how that transformation will turn out to be. So that's where I'm heading. So I'll be using this gate. It's a gate here, gate B. Gate 1 day is closed, and this is a very I'll be using this gate, and down there you can see a very nice roof, very nice building. That is a majestic home of a popular politician from this area. If you're from this area, you know. Gentlemen, this is where we commence the work for today. Yeah, I want to push and see how far I can go. So this is how everything looks like. My battery was off, that's why I come and cut this. This is how the seat looks like. You can see I cut this sponge and put it here. So I'll be doing it for the entire seat and then start covering it by the fiber step by step. So I'll be showing you step by step as I go by. I want to cover the whole of this seat and this one and that one. So I'm hoping by the end of the day you will be able to see the full transformation. So let me put this sponge on this chair and on this chair, and then I'll set the camera there and then show you the progress as we go by. So today is when the real transformation is happening. The real transformation is happening today. So let's do it, guys. Let's go, guys. how this side is looking like. It will be soft and smooth as you cover the entire area. Then on this side, yes, now it can stand. So, and on this side I'll add even a bigger piece of sponge that will cover this side before I start covering the surface. So all I want to do is the same on this part, the front part, and then I start putting a sponge on that arm before I start covering. So let me do the same what I did on this chair to this chair before we go to the next. How the progress looks like. Let's put this sponge on this side and put this to make this surface smoother before cover it with a lining very nicely. And then this one you can see how it looks like. So now cover it nicely with a sponge all over sectionally. You can see from this side, the other side, even this side very nicely. It will be very comfortable all the way to the end. Yeah, so the next step is I'll be covering this arm of the surface and the arm. Then before I go to the back side where I'll put another sponge. I'll be showing you the progress. So the transformation is real, becoming real and real. At the end of the day, you will see real change on this. So yes, so let me start fixing the lining. I'll show you before I move to the next step. So you see, so this is how it looks like. Even the sitting surface, I put that sponge on top. So so this is how the chair is being transformed. How do you think about the transformation? Subscribe as you think about that. Subscribe kindly. So I'll be putting the arm, I'll be carving the arm very nicely over there, the arm there, before I cover this one. I do the same to this seat, and then I start dealing with the backside. So today this seat will be transformed. So if you have been watching from the beginning, day 1, this is day 3. Why are you not subscribing? Subscribe. Hit that subscription button. As you see how the transformation is unfolding. It's unfolding step by step. So let me put that arm, and then I set up on this one, and then I'll show you the transformation. Getting on very well, and doing this amazing transformation. So I want you to see the progress. So far, so good. I want you to see the progress. The site is looking a little bit messy, but that is something usual in a construction site or a workshop. So I'll be using this. We'll be recycling these old mattresses to put on the backside. I'll combine them in a very nice way. So this is how the transformation looks like. The sofa is coming up very well. It's being transformed. This one I've finished this side and this other side. As you can see, so what is remaining is putting you can see the arm. How straight, how well fitting that arm has become. So I'll be look on this side and the other side, and cross-sectionally how it's looking like. So yeah, so I'll embark on that one. This armrest, I cover it all round. Then I start laying the back flip of this chair from this one. But I want to finish with this one. I cover it with the sponges, and then I cover it with a nice fabric before I put the backside on this piece. So I want to see if by the end of the day I'll be able to finish this piece, even this one. So that's how I'm hurrying up, hoping it will not rain, hoping the weather will be nice, will be friendly. So this is what I'll be doing. So next this one, and then back on transforming this one. So, and I'll let you know the progress as soon as possible. So let me transform this, guys. Yeah, and if you have not hit the subscription button, this is the time. Subscribe. Let us grow together. Show me love as I continue the journey of bringing you amazing vlogs from Kenya, here in Nakuru, place called Ngata. Transformation. This is how that couch looks like, that footrest. Remember when I started making it? I'll do the final touches, and then I cover from below here, and I put the legs, call it the legs, for lack of a better word, we put the legs, and then its work will be done and dusted. So I'll be covering down here with a nice lining, and then maybe I put the legs tomorrow, so that this one is almost magnificent. This is how it looks like. It will be joined on this side down there. Look how magnificent it is. Wonderful. Very nice. So I'll be covering the lower side, then I go and do some work on this other, on the back side of this chairs. So I'm embarking on fitting the back. This is how it looks like. In a moment I'm going to fix it neatly. You won't imagine, but now I'm dwelling on working on the back side, this seat and this seat, and because that one is done and sealed, it's only remaining with those legs. The legs of the 4 legs I'll put down here on this coach. It will be put on this side, if you remember from the initial design from the frame. So I'm working on the back side. I'll be putting that back to that design with this very nice piping. You can see very nice piping going up and down, and then I'll fix this one, this cross section, and then the transformation is getting really very fine, very fine. So that's what I'll be doing. I want to fix it, and I'll show you the progress. This is how it looks like. Subscribe as you're waiting to see how it will end up looking like, how it will be transformed. Remember, you're using old recycled. These are old mattresses that were being used, but now they can be recycled. They can be recycled to this useful seat. So we use recycled wood, recycled chairs, recycled sponges and everything. So this is how it will look like. So let me work on this. Let me work on that, and then I'll show you. I'll work on that one and this cross section before I take you back to the. Before I show you the progress. So let me do it on this one as I show you the progress. It started raining, light showers, but the rain has since ended. Now it's very nice sunshine. Very nice sunshine. You can see a very nice sunshine. Yeah, so I'm fixing the back side. So I want to take you through the process. I'm fixing the back. Look at the transformation, guys. Look at the transformation. So subscribe. guys, it's 6 o'clock in the evening, and I want to show you the final transformation of the day. It has been raining light showers here and there, so that affected the momentum of the project, but I've done my best, and I want to show you the final result. But I'll continue from tomorrow. Hopefully tomorrow I'll be able to clear everything and show you the final result of this transformation. So this is day 3, so there will be day 4 tomorrow. If you have been following from day 1, day 2, day 3, tomorrow will be day 4. So without further ado, let me show you the transformation. Wow, look at that. Look at that masterpiece. This is how the seat looks like, from the wooden trash to rugged mattresses. This is how the final touch looks like. Look at this, purely magnificent, purely magnificent. Yeah, there are some touch-ups here and there before I call it a day on this chair, covering the back side. This back side, I cover this back side, and also tomorrow I'll embark on working on this, setting that back side, like this one to be like that one, this one to be like that one. So I want to put legs on this couch, on this footrest, before I call it a day. So I'll put this is already done. I'll put a footrest, then call it a day, then I'll embark tomorrow. So said and done. So why don't you subscribe? Hit that subscription button, subscribe. So I'll call it a day for today. So I'll cover it because it's raining. As you can see, light showers of rain. The rain has been disturbing me the whole day until tomorrow, when hopefully I'll finish on this project. 4 days of transformation. But remember, between the days I spend the day going to the tailor to do some stitching on the fabric and the fitting. So day 4, tomorrow will be day 4. Today is day 3. Subscribe. Show the channel some love, and keep safe, be blessed, and bye bye.